Hey, 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 YouTube land. How are you? It's Tuesday night. Feeling all right. So, I decided to go on tonight at 7:35 to post my 100th video on my new channel, Anthony Sika. Cover indie comics, cover outlaw comics, cover bad girl comics. I want to build up my subscription. I want to get folks involved in the chat so I can see what's going on. I want to see everything that's going on with you folks, and I want to talk about comics. I want to talk about comic creators. I want to talk about comics, but mostly tonight, I want to talk about what makes me mad and what I'm mad about. All right. First off, let me tell you a couple of things I'm mad about. All right. I'm mad that every time I go to my LCS in the last 6 months, hell, since the pandemic started, and don't get me started on the pandemic, but since I've been going to my LCS, other than buying Silver Age, Bronze Age, stuff that I want to collect, every time I go to my LCS, every Wednesday, sometimes on Tuesday to see what DC's putting out, I go to the rack or I go to my pull list, get a comic, $3.99, $4.99, $5.99. Go home. I read the comic in like 2.5 minutes. I look at the mediocre artwork, the mediocre storytelling, and I get buyer's remorse. That's what makes me mad. I'm mad about buyer's remorse that I have every time I plunk down my hard earned money on a corporate comic book. Now, does that mean all corporate comic books are bad? Batman, Spawn, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. Yeah, pretty much all of them suck. And by the way, sometimes you get hooked on an issue 1 or 2 of like an event series, and everybody's got their events, and you're like, I like this. This has excited me. I'm excited about comics again. I feel like I'm 8 years old at the Wawa Deli pulling a Bronze Age X-Men off the spinner rack, and I get really excited. And I read issue 1 and 2, and they're fucking great. By the way, this video and all my videos are not for children. So if you're a child and you're easily offended, get the hell out of here. But really, every comic book I get at the LCS makes me mad after I buy it. And I come home and read it. And I want to sell it. I want to flip it. I want to sell it on eBay. And then you know what's great? Like I was just saying before the train went off the tracks, all these events that they do. Like, for example, this event. Great artwork. Greg Capullo can do no wrong in my eyes. Okay. But this started off super cool. And then after about 14 tie-ins in issue number 7, it made me mad. It's like every Stephen King movie and novel. Sorry, Stephen. Real good, and then you don't know how to stick the landing. Mr. Cates, King in Black. Issue number 1. I thought I was watching an MCU movie. It was so good. Ryan Stegman, Donny Cates. Issue 2. Really good. I was at the edge of my seat, sitting on the toilet at midnight reading it. And I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see issue number 3. Issue number 3 to 5. Really bad Stephen King novel. Didn't stick the landing for me. Telegraphed a mile away. Sorry. Makes me mad. The other night, I was on my good buddy Cantonese Comic Kids show. And I see Scott Snyder, Tony Daniel. I see their hot book. What is it? Nocturna. Issue number 2 is coming out. Image Comics. I love Tony Daniel. But it makes me mad. It makes me mad. That isn't 1997 again, and I'm getting more 10th. Tony, you listening to me? Tony Daniel, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. It makes me mad that I'm an old man and all the good comics are gone. At least from Marvel and DC, they're gone. You have to admit that. Or you don't have to admit it. It makes me mad that all our comic books and entertainment are created by Disney and AT&T. It makes me mad that Gina Carano is not on The Mandalorian anymore. And I can't buy her toys anymore. There were 2 characters besides Ahsoka Dawson that I liked. First season. Baby Yoda, Cara Dune. They're both gone. All right? That makes me mad. But you know what I'm mad about? Ahoy, Mates and Mermaids, Captain Comics. You know what makes me mad about? I'm mad about tacos. Tonight was Taco Tuesday, and my lovely bride picked up a whole bunch of beef and chicken tacos from a local taco joint. It wasn't a chain restaurant. It wasn't a chain Mexican or a Taco Bell. It was a local taco place. They have $2.50 tacos tonight. So my family had tacos on Tuesday. I'm also mad about comics. I'm mad at comics, but I'm also mad about comics. Because you know what? Even though it's 2021 and we're in the middle of a pandemic and everything we do and say and eat and consume, even in entertainment, is done by big corporations who don't give a shit about us, there are still great independent comics out there. And I'm mad about them. Let me tell you who I'm really mad about. I'm really mad about Broadsword Comics. Broadsword Comics is run, drawn, written, published by the talented Jim Ballant and his lovely wife, Holly Golightly. They've been publishing Tarot Witch of the Black Rose for like 20 years now. I have a shitload of their trade paperbacks. I have about a year's worth of issues, and they are on my pull list. So again, if you're mad at comic books, if you're mad at Disney if you're mad at Marvel, if you're mad at DC, hell, if you're mad at Boom and Image, okay, for their, we put out 20 titles and only 3 of them are readable. You know, pick up Tarot Witch of the Black Rose. Also go online, hit up Alterna Comics. Go to alternacomics.com. Get some of their stuff. Or, like we all know, you can go on Indiegogo and Kickstarter and find all types of wonderful, wonderful, wonderful independent creators publishing and printing and writing and drawing their own comics. And all those folks give great customer service, and they're drawing and creating kind of what the customers want to see. Now, that brings me to another point. People in comic books and in the comic industry and comic creators and comic fans getting mad at each other. Grown-ass men and women getting mad at each other online over two-dimensional fictional characters on paper. There is absolutely no reason why, one, comics can't be for everybody. Two, comics can't be for everybody. And three, if you don't like it, don't read it. Don't buy it. Now, all the folks on Indiegogo, Kickstarter, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, comic conventions, we're all kind of creators, that is. All creators are kind of narcissists. And they are looking out for themselves. So there's going to be infighting, outfighting, fighting in the ring, fighting on Twitter, fighting all over the place. However, this is what I get mad about. People who don't buy comics or create comics should get the fuck out of the conversation. If you don't consume and buy comics and support both corporate comic companies and original creators, indie creators, then get the hell out of the conversation. There's nothing to see here. And as I heard a well-known YouTuber today say, it doesn't matter. They're comic books. Why are we so mad about shit? Tell me. Please, someone, Captain in Comics, someone explain. Why are we so mad? Why are we so mad all the time about shit that isn't ours? Again, I had a comic of mine. I had a nipple, a female nipple. We love nipples. Everybody's got them. I did an illustration in an issue of Oh My God, my creator-owned indie comic, and there was a nipple in it. And a local comic shop, which no offense against them, for a few weeks they kind of censored it. They put it in a poly bag. No problem. They've been kind and supportive and some of my best friends in my creative endeavors. However, I also got some blowback by another individual about it. So, my first issue had characters actually having sex, but I didn't show anything. But issue 4 had a nipple in it. And that was a problem. So that's what you get, folks. If you're not involved and you're not buying the shit, then get out of the conversation. You'll be a lot happier. You won't be so mad. See what I did here? This whole video is about being mad. It's about being mad. Mad all the time. You got to be mad about something. Ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages, we're in the middle of a pandemic situation. There's a lot of crap going on in the real world. People losing their jobs, their lives, their freedoms every day. And here we are on Twitter and YouTube and stuff, complaining about this and that. Well, I'm a hypocrite. Because as I said, Marvel and DC and Image and Boom and IDW, all those companies that should be providing us with quality entertainment to read, I'm mad at all of them. I am mad that John Byrne, his Elsewhere X-Men series that he's been drawing in his house for the last year, I'm mad that that's not being published by Marvel. Okay? I'm mad that I don't have any more John Byrne X-Men. Instead, I have Jonathan Hickman. I'm a Body Snatcher and a Peapod X-Men. We have all sorts of weird X-Men. And X-Men are supposed to be weird. They are uncanny. But please give me John Byrne X-Men before I die. He's got 20 issues done. Just ink the fuckers and put them out, will you? CW Belusky, whatever the fuck your name is. And by the way, I'm mad that all you folks, all you editors at Marvel and DC, I'm mad that you're still employed because your companies are putting out shit. So I'm a hypocrite. I'm telling you not to be mad. But here's the deal. Remember what I said. If you never bought the comics, you can not be in the conversation. But I did buy the comics. $4.99 a month for these goddamn events that couldn't stick a landing. Why couldn't they stick a landing? Well, because they don't care. And another thing I'm mad about. Can't you keep the same artist for more than 3 issues? Huh? Please? Please? Or how about in the middle of a DC book? All of a sudden, 5 pages in, the art style totally changes. I don't know about you, but I like a little consistency in my comics, in my tea, and my tacos. But talking about consistency, here's time for a self-promotion. I publish Oh My God. These are things I'm mad about. I'm mad about my own creations. Oh My God. And this is Venus and Mars, a new title. Issue number 6 is done. Going to the printer in a week. Hello, Deed Zero TC. Going to the printer in a week with Oh My God. Oh My God. Going, gone. All I have to do is letter the book. And after I letter it, I'm good to go, folks. I do not have an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter campaign for Oh My God. But if you're interested in issues 1 through 6, Or if you'd like issues 1 through 5 and then want to read those, or maybe just one issue, it is a supernatural, erotic, horror, indie, bad girl, outlaw, black and white comic. And that's it. Got it? All right. Oh my God. It's about angels and demons and nude girls and a lot of decapitation. A lot of heads falling off, getting cut off, etc., etc. And the last issue of Oh My God, number 5 that came out is a flip book. Yay, in the classic Rob Liefeld Extreme Studios flip book style. I have another book called Venus and Mars right here, featuring Vanarella. She's part Barbarella, part Vampirella. She's a warrior princess queen from Venus. Her name is Vanarella. And then, in July, just in time for Independence Day, here in the great US of A. Thank you, Captain. You would know sexy covers. In the just in time for July 4th, I'm going to launch an Indiegogo campaign, and I'm going to crowdfund my new character who made her debut in Oh My God. She is a badass former infantry, former WWE wrestling diva, and now she's a super soldierette doing all the dirty work for the U.S. government and anybody else that has the money to hire her. And her name is not Captain America. It's not Miss America. It's Misty America. Okay, here's a traditional cover for issue number 1 that I did. Still working on a little bit. Issue number 1 cover of Misty America. Hey, I don't work on fucking computers. There's no computers. Traditional art, Bristol board, inks. It was an alternative design I was working on. Same design, maybe some more tanks. She's in a bikini because, everybody fights in a bikini, right? Anyway, Misty America. It's coming out July. It's going to be an Indiegogo campaign. Thank you, Dead Zero or Deed Zero. It's going to be an Indiegogo campaign. It's going to be like $20 plus, whatever the shipping is. And with that, you're going to get 3 issues of the magazine. Three covers. You're also going to get a trading card, maybe some prints or posters. I'm not sure yet. And you're also, if I reach a stretch goal, and by the way, my campaign is going to be low. It's going to be something like $2,500 or something like that. $2,500 campaign. If I reach that, I will print posters possibly, or better yet, I will include Oh My God number 4, which is the first appearance of Misty America. So you'll get Misty America's first appearance. Then you'll get the comics themselves. You'll get a trading card and possibly a poster or 2. We'll see. I have a big convention I'm working in September. I plan on printing the book in August, and there'll be the books will be delivered in late August, and then I will be allowing folks to buy them on eBay, and also in comic book stores and conventions. Guns and boobs, yes. We are all about the booty, Captain, and that's what makes me mad about comics. I'm mad about seeing cool comics. Speaking of booty, this is not my first copy of this, but booty. Michael Linsner, Dawn. Okay, just picked that up over the weekend. Dollar bin. But sometimes people get mad. Now, I told everybody I was mad about comics. All right. I should have had a different camera set up for this, but I want to show you something else I picked up. This is a a book, volume 1, number 1, written by David Barber and drawn by the amazing, amazing Tim Vigil. If anyone knows Outlaw Comics, Tim Vigil is the man. Tim Vigil, on this book by Rebel Studios, Gothic Knights from 1995. What a good year. Tim Vig is going straight on Bernie Wrightson. Bernie Wrightson for days on this book. I mean, he's always got the Bernie Wrightson vibe, but I'm going to show you a panel right here, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Outlaw Comics. That's a lot of ink on the page. All right. Rebel Studios, baby. Tim Vigil. Goodness. Gothic Knights. I know I said Gotham Knights, but I think I worked too hard today. I mean, ink on the page. Ink on the page. That's what makes me mad about comics. Lady Death also makes me mad about comics. This Captain Comics is reminding me. Coffin Comics will give you some good comics, good service. Alterna Comics. Saw them being dragged through the mud on Twitter today. Yeah, it's not fair. Okay. People got to stop being mad about stuff. There's no reason for people to be mad about stuff when they're talking about comics. I'm killing time right now. I was hoping that I was going to be joined by a madman across the water. Madman across the water who I was going to chat with tonight. So I'll hang around a little bit, see if this Englishman joins me. If you're watching, please join me. You know what else makes me mad? Now, I don't know if you folks around the world see what's going on the news. Some people do bad things. People make mistakes, but people do bad things. But when a person does a bad thing, an entire group, collective of people, I don't think should be put in that bad thing category. Such eloquence. To be clear, a policeman or policewoman does something bad, does something wrong. Hello, Pop Culture Avenger. Thank you for joining me this lovely evening. A police officer does something bad. A police officer, a woman, policeman, policewoman does something terrible. They should be prosecuted, held accountable, all that stuff. Okay? Doesn't matter who they are. Doesn't matter the color of their skin, their sex, their race, their religion, none of that stuff. Yes, we all love Vigil, Pop Culture Avenger. Tim Vigil is the man. Tim Tyler's also the man, too. Hopefully I'll have him on someday when he upgrades his home studio. So, getting back to my point. We all do bad stuff. Not we all, but people do bad stuff. Yet, we as a society or a culture or a bunch of idiots online, a bunch of warriors, we all lump people into this category and that category. I'm going to make myself clear. I'm never going to talk politics on my YouTube channel because I'm mad about comics. I'm not mad about politics. I'm not mad about socio-economic issues. What I am mad about, though, is the lack of sanity in the world. Okay. First of all, I am not a policeman, But I do have family members and friends who have been police officers, men and women. Now, when I'm driving and there's a policeman or policewoman behind me, and I'm doing 40 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour lane, and they're behind me the whole way because they're on their way to the donut shop, I am nervous as fuck. Not because I've done anything illegal, not because there's any warrants for my arrest, not because I have any overdue library books from 1987. I just don't want to get a ticket because I can't afford a ticket, nor do I want one. But if I was pulled over and given a ticket, I would be as respectful and as eloquent and as nervous as possible. Now, here's my point. Makes me mad when I see people online who have never had a bad day in their whole fucking life other than maybe the barista got their order wrong at Starbucks. I cannot stand, and I'm mad about those people, comic lovers, comic creators, entertainment people, Hollywood types, whatever, saying that you should defund the police or that you should, like, get rid of the police. If you get rid of the police, okay, you are going to have the purge every single night. Okay? Do you want that, America? Or the world? No. In fact, here's my segue. Because I love British independent comic books. I think if you're going to get rid of the police, you should get rid of all the police. And you should replace them with judges. That's right. That's right. I think the world, the United States, could use the judges from 2000 AD and Judge Dredd. What do you think? Crazy idea? Come on now. Yeah, great movie, but hey, read some comics. Dead Zero. Judge Dredd. It's Brian Boland cover, huh? I grew up reading this. And let me tell you something. Yeah. Or RoboCop. When you broke the law, Judge Dredd maybe shot you dead. You know, he finds you guilty. Now, I'm not, of course, condoning any kind of police force like that. But if we're talking about comic books, I think the judges would be pretty good right about now. Pretty good right about now. And if things keep going the way they are, we're either going to have judges or we're going to have RoboCops running around, which I don't know. Every conspiracy everybody has, what's fucked up is since last year, all of them are coming true, no matter how crazy they are. But anyway, I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes. I'm trying to see if I'm going to be joined by my good friend, Pop Culture Avenger. Yeah, I think we need judges, RoboCop, etc., etc. Let me tell you something else I'm mad about. I'm mad about people getting mad about what people read. So, I got this funny story. About a month ago, I was appearing on all these shows. And, or not a month ago, but 2 months ago. I was appearing on all these shows. And I happened to buy a Indiegogo backorder comic from an artist that I have many, many volumes of his work and follow his career. And I love his artwork. Just adore it. Think he's fantastic. So I ordered something and I received it. And when I received the package, not only did I receive the comic books, but they were all autographed and there were several ash cans and preview books and all that stuff in there. Now, if you don't like somebody, whether it's their YouTube channel or their commentary or even their artwork, just don't read them. But I posted a tweet thanking the creator for the wonderful comic that I received because it had all these goodies in it. I was then attacked. Not attacked, but called out by all these people on YouTube, some who probably are even on shows with some of my chat people right now. And again, I have no beef with anybody, and I'm not mentioning any names ever. But these folks went on to call me out on my own message, tweet, whatever, saying, "Oh, how dare you affiliate yourself with this creator because he belongs to a hat group, he wears hats. How dare you? And if you buy his stuff and have any conversation with this creator online, you are no longer allowed to ever be on our programs or ever be our friend or whatever." In fact, I had interviews on certain channels, again, no names mentioned, because I have no beef with anybody. I'm a positive person. My videos were my interviews that I did with these channels where I was perfectly fine listening to all the propaganda and stuff that they were talking about, and I agreed with most of it. Until they started calling Roy Thomas a Nazi. Roy Thomas, creator of Luke Cage and All-Star Squadron and all that stuff. But he's a Nazi. He's an 80-year-old Nazi, but whatever. My interviews were like removed, censored, removed, banned, blocked. I was Gina Carano'd. Now, I'm not mad at them. I'm amused. I'm amused by life in general. We're on a spinning blue ball in the middle of space, and people are mad about the stupidest things. Stupidest things. Again, we're on a blue ball, flying around space, which is the most absurd thing ever. And every human, black, white, Asian, Indian, yellow, brown, blue, purple, green, every human being, we all know we're going to die. Yet we go on these things, these matrixy type video things and social platforms, and we all yell at each other at the top of our lungs. We all call each other Nazis and fascists and social justice warriors, and we all call each other names all day long. And sometimes those names are justified. But what I'd really like to know is, if you don't like me, then don't watch my channel. Don't buy my book. But if you do want to buy my book, please DM me. You can find me on Instagram at Wild Mercury Comics. You can message me on Facebook at Wild Mercury Comics, or just look up Anthony Sika. On Twitter, I'm at Anthony Sika. Just look for that. Or there's another picture of me holding pens like Wolverine or Wonder Woman or Black Panther. Pick one. But I'm holding Micron pens that I ink with. But again, I digress, and I'm probably losing people here, but please listen to me closely. We're on a blue ball in space. Stop yelling at each other. Stop trying to take away people's livelihoods and careers and paychecks. Okay? Left, right, I don't give a shit. Be in the middle. Love everybody. Now, I don't like queer Captain America with a garbage can hobo any more than you probably do. But guess what? I'm not going to buy it. I'm just not going to buy it. And if you don't like Tim Vigil, which as Pop Culture Avenger says, how could you not? Don't buy it. Because, by the way, those same folks that blocked me on Twitter, like I care, and erased my videos and came at me like stupid, like, you have my phone number, you have my whatever, you could call me and say, hey man, can I talk to you? Whatever, mind your own business, motherfuckers. Mind your business. Okay? I don't care what protest you're going to or what shitty comic book you're reading or what crazy person you're following. Okay? So don't bother me. All right? I'm mad about comic books. And if I want to read Cyberfrog, I can fucking read Cyberfrog. And guess what? I'm fucking mad about Cyberfrog because it's a great comic book. I don't give a shit. And guess what? I'll go watch a Woody Allen movie if I want. And I'll watch reruns of The Cosby Show. And I'll watch some movies with Kevin Spacey. Because guess what? An artist is two different things. Okay? You can, I don't know why you'd want to, but you can read a Kelly Sue McConaughey comic and an Ethan Van Sciver comic. Again, I don't know why you'd want to, but if you want to, you can. And if I want to, but you don't have to call anybody out online. You can just like what you like and dislike what you dislike. So, the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, and I know I'd get to it at some point. The title of this video is I'm Mad About Comics and I'm Mad About Tacos. I'm mad about comics because I love them. But don't be mad at comics. Don't be mad at comic creators. And definitely don't be mad at other comic readers. We're all on this little blue ball in space together. So, everybody get along. And everybody direct message me so you can get your copy of Oh My God. All right? Because it's really good. By the way, if you don't know, if you're just checking in with me, my name's Anthony Sika. I'm a self-published indie writer, artist, and creator of Oh My God. I am waiting for Lucifer Storm. That's right, Pop Culture. But he was doing another show tonight. And I was trying to get him on. and he is a madman across the water. I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes. He said he was doing a show called Midnight's Edge, and I follow Midnight's Edge. And I think Midnight's Edge has about 8 bazillion followers, and I have like 93. Also, if you're following my YouTube channel, you probably see that I have a shitload of music videos on there. That's because here's another thing I'm mad about. About just before the pandemic, I was in a working band, and actually, I'm gonna invite Lucifer on right now if he gets my message. So, sorry about that. What was I saying? Wow, my train of thought went right off the tracks. But yes, Pop Culture Avenger. He was on Midnight's Edge. Hopefully, he joins me before going to sleep. And Pop Culture Avenger. That's what I was talking about. I have a bunch of music videos on there. I am a singer-songwriter. I used to play in various bands. I'm going to upload some of my band stuff on there. I played on some heavy metal bands, and we have like a few records out. But I'm going to be uploading some of those videos just to have more rounded stuff. But yeah, so the bands I was in, my solo stuff is all on this channel. So you got about 4 or 5 videos about comic books, and there's about 92 videos of singer-songwriter stuff and shit that I've done. Solo music, all the original compositions on there are all the instruments are played by me. Play guitar, vocals, drums, bass. And again, I'm still killing time because I sent Lucifer a message, see if he's responding to me. But so if you're confused, oh, Lucifer will be there in 5 minutes. Okay, so does anyone like Lucifer Storm besides Pop Culture Avenger? Lucifer Storm is an excellent interviewer, and I am so happy that he's going to appear on this is literally my 3rd show about comic books. All my other stuff is music videos and things like that, and original songs. But getting back to my point, my whole YouTube channel is mostly music videos, but stick around because I'm going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. Lucifer Storm, by the way, was talking about getting Tim Tyler on, legendary Outlaw Comics dude. Tim Tyler actually lives in my town here in Florida, and we were supposed to go out to lunch last week and discuss some plans to take over the world with some new Outlaw Comics, but he was indisposed or couldn't make it, and we wound up rain checking. But I'm going to assist him with possibly getting on Lucifer's program, and also appearing on mine in the future. And maybe he'll even do a cover for me if I pay him. But again, I'm mad about that too. Talking about things that I'm mad about that matter in comic books. Tim Vigil should be a household name. His inker that I just mentioned, Tim Tyler, another Outlaw Comics OG. Those guys should be household names. Okay. Pop Culture Avenger. Check out another YouTube channel if you haven't already. Cartoonist Kayfabe. They have a bunch of Faust stuff. I think they have a Grips commentary, but more importantly, they have a bootleg Batman that he did, which has graphic sexual stuff with the Joker and Harlequin that you must check out. And I want that. I want DC to publish that in their Dark Black Label series. But anyway, the way Tim Vigil draws, why isn't he a household name? Why isn't he doing a horror comic for Dynamite or DC, or how about All Caps Comics? Okay, you know, yeah, Pop Culture Avenger, again, that's cartoonist kayfabe, Ed Piskor and Jim Rugg's channel. Great videos. In fact, they even have an interview with Tim Vigil. Tim Vigil's a crazy dude. He's a very conservative, right-wing type creator also. But those same people that those same channels on YouTube that blocked and said they would have nothing to do with me because I was supporting, not supporting, but just because I was buying comics and enjoying comics by Ethan Van Sciver. Those folks are big fans of Tim Vigil and Billy Tucci and other creators who, Dale Keown, who professionally work and socially hang out with Cyberfrog's daddy. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Definitely go on eBay, everybody that's watching. You can find a lot of Faust back issues. You can find grips. And again, I got this for $1, maybe 50 cents. 1995, Volume 1, Number 1, Gothic Knights from Rebel Studios. This is the most gorgeous Tim Vigil stuff I've ever seen. I mean, there's details in Faust and grips, but this is like every page of this book is like a rights in print. It's crazy. You guys can't even probably see what's going on. It's like this is about 4 jars of India ink, or maybe 20 technical pens. Oh, look! I think we have a gentleman named Lucifer Storm joining me.
You do indeed, good sir. How the devil art thou?
Lucy, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just keeping busy, working on comics. You know how it goes.
Thank you so much for joining my very young and naive YouTube channel.
That's cool, man. That's cool. You had many subscribers so far?
I have like 93 or 94 going on, my friend. So,
fantastic.
I think I had like 50 and then 70. So, thanks also for your plugs here and there. I appreciate it.
I like to try.
Well, there's an actual I don't know if you saw, but the title of this video is Mad About Comics and Tacos.
Okay.
I had, it's Tuesday here in America, and we like to call that Taco Tuesday.
Of course.
But what's funny is, if you look in the chat, Pop Culture Avenger, when I said I was going to I was waiting on possibly speaking to a madman across the water. Pop Culture Avenger knew exactly who I was talking about. He just said, "Hail Lucifer Storm." And
Pop Culture Avenger.
And these are folks that just found me. So, I'm really happy. I got a chat going, there's 2 or 3 people in there, but look
Excellent.
Look at this heavy talent I scored, my friend. I mean, Come on now. I mean, unbelievable. So, so tell me, Lucy, I told you I just need 10 minutes of your time. Is Lady Satan done?
There's still work being done on it, but there isn't far to go. It's going to be massive crunch time right up to the last minute. I'm working like the South Park guys. I'm making sure I use every single second of every single day.
Nice. and your Indiegogo campaign is over what, in 2 days or a day or what?
It's going to be finishing. I was going to finish it at the end of this month, but I decided to finish it at the end of May because there's a publication here in the UK called Comics Unlimited.
Nice.
And issue 6 of that is coming out halfway through May, and there's an article about myself and Lady Satan with an exclusive Lady Satan cover as well.
Nice. Hey, I'm gonna show off your Lady Satan Indiegogo real quick. All right?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Did that play all right?
Yep, that did indeed.
All right. See that? See, I'm learning, sharing screens and shit.
It's good, man.
But anyway, hey, go look up. Just go to Indiegogo.com. I'm not going to bother you with a link. Just go to Indiegogo.com. Type in Lady Satan or Lucifer Storm. I guarantee you're not going to find any search results resembling that. And now, Lucifer, do me a favor. Can you sum up Lady Satan in an elevator pitch?
Yes, I can. Lady Satan is a revenge tale unlike any other. It takes elements of the horror and the thriller genre and blends them together with a noir aesthetic to tell a truly haunting, character-driven story through darkness and vengeance.
You pre-recorded that.
I've definitely rehearsed it quite a few times.
Yeah, holy crap, dude. See, Lucifer actually he's looking that way because he's got a teleprompter, or he's got a pre-recorded button that puts him in the video. No, but hey, that was some elevator pitch. And now she's getting revenge because she was disfigured in a snuff film, was she not?
This is correct. She's done one thing that no one else has done. She survived being in a snuff film.
Right. Yeah, you don't get reoccurring roles in snuff films too much. No. But, you can't make a career out of it.
Yes.
But somewhat safer than comic creator, though, I think sometimes. But regardless, you had me at survived the snuff film and is getting vengeance. So, I mean, come on.
What more could you want?
Yeah, go ahead.
What more could you want out of a book like this? I mean, this is 130 pages of pure outlaw comics. We're not going to be holding back whatsoever with this book. You're going to have a lot of fun with it.
Right. So speaking of outlaw comics, I was turning some people on to some super duper Tim Vigil stuff I just picked up.
Nice.
Can't figure out how to enlarge my screen, but anyway, Gothic Knights
Yes.
by Rebel Studios, buddy. Oh my God. $1. Tim Vigil and going super Bernie Wrightson on the whole book. Every panel in this book, Gothic Knights, has just crazy. It's just super. So anyway, that's that. One day I'll learn how to enlarge my own screen. I can enlarge yours, but I can't enlarge mine for some reason.
Phrasing.
It's still not working. All right. Oh, here we go.
There you
go. Look at that. All right. See that Gothic Knights, dude?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this book?
I saw it on eBay earlier this evening, and I was like, "Oh, do I? Don't I?"
Dude, look at the panels.
Oh, fucking hell.
Dude. Okay.
That's
You probably can't even
hard.
tell what's going on. Okay. I got to show you something. I know we're on YouTube and it's a small screen and stuff, but dude, this spread, that's like Wrightson on acid.
Yeah.
Or Tim Vigil on Wrightson. Look at all that ink, my friend.
That is amazing.
That is amazing. And by the way, I was watching an unboxing video with you earlier today.
Yes.
What the hell was that called again with Jim Ballant doing art?
From the Darkness.
Jim Ballant's one of my favorite artists.
Well, there you go.
You know who Jim Ballant is, right?
I do now.
You mean you didn't know that he did 6 years of Catwoman?
No, I didn't know that.
In the late 90s, early 2000s, he did 6 years of Catwoman. No, I'm sorry. When the Bad Girl stuff came out,
Yeah.
DC hired him to do Catwoman. He did Catwoman for 6 years.
Nice.
And it's gorgeous Catwoman. And Tarot Witch and the Black Rose. Are you not familiar?
Oh, I'm not familiar with that one. That's one I'm going to have to hunt down.
Oh my God, dude. Let me enlighten you.
Yes, please do. I like
Okay.
moments like this.
Broadswordcomics.com. Broadsword. Go
Yeah.
look up broadswordcomics.com. Jim Ballant's always doing shows in England, by the way, now, not since the pandemic, but he's always, but yeah, dude, he was I'm sorry I call you dude. I'm getting my American. I'm getting so excited. Jim Ballant is the fact that I saw an outlaw comic by him, which I didn't know existed, because he did black and white work in Dark Horse Presents before getting his Catwoman gig. But he literally did Catwoman in the middle of the Bad Girl thing, the Bad Girl scene in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
And it was the sexiest Catwoman that's ever been on print. You probably know it if you saw it. I'm going to pull an issue out real quick. But the thing is that Catwoman, he cut his teeth for 6 years working for DC, and then he quit. You know how you and I talk about indie comics and outlaw comics, and we're talking about all the comic skaters and all the folks online right now making millions of dollars and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, Jim Ballant, when he lost his Catwoman gig, he said, to the comic industry, met this hot redhead named Holly Golightly. That's her brand name.
Yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's thing, I guess. But anyway, she was an artist for Archie. She did Archie comics. He did this. They got together. They got married. And then they made this book called Tarot Witch of the Black Rose. Dude, this entire book is incredible artwork.
Yeah.
Lots of nude women.
Excellent.
And every pagan, witchcraft, and occult thing that you could ever find in a comic book.
What more do you want?
There is absolutely nothing more that you want. Now, hold that thought for a moment. Because I just happen to have the long box handy. This is Jim Ballant's Catwoman.
You're right. I have seen that before.
6 years. 6 years of Catwoman. And 20 years of Tarot Witch of the Black Rose.
Nice.
20 years of stuff for you to catch up on. I guarantee you will love it.
Excellent.
Love it. And anybody else on the chat or anywhere else, yes, Pop Culture Avenger, Tarot is a hot comic. If you're not familiar with Jim Ballant, look him up. And you can get probably his whole run of Catwoman on eBay, and you could probably get you can at least get trade paperbacks of Tarot. I have Tarot on my pull list.
Okay.
And you know how you know how folks like us, we put out a book once a year, maybe 3 books
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
Jim Ballant and his wife, Holly, in Broadsword Comics, they actually put out a comic every 2 months. So if you put
Fantastic.
them on the pull list for your LCS,
Yeah.
you will receive that pagan, occult, nude goodness every 2 months. And his first 2 trades were very much like issues of my book, where you would have some nude figures, but you would have a hair or a branch or something covering whatever. Now he's just full frontal everything. So full frontal,
Nice.
you know, side to side, up and down. But it's a good comic, and and you know what? You know what's the best thing about it, Lucifer? It's a fun comic, and again, bringing back the subject of my subject line tonight.
Yeah.
I'm mad at some things with comic books, but
okay, let's get into this.
But I'm also mad about comics. They make me crazy because I love them. Yeah. But I was telling some audience members or anybody watching about people that were driving me crazy a month ago, which I had a conversation about you with some keyboard warriors coming after me.
Yep.
Because I was reading some frog comic. Anyway, since then, I've gained 90 something YouTube followers and about 60 additional Twitter followers and several tens of Instagram followers, because I stopped aligning myself with people that were mad at everything or mad at comics. And now I'm not aligning myself with groups, but I'm aligning myself with folks like yourself who are mad about comics. Yeah. And I would like to, now that I'm in my infancy of YouTube channel dome, I would like to thank creators like yourself who I met online, who hopefully I get to meet someday when we're not all wearing masks and shit. But again, I'd like to thank each and every person online, because there are good people out there. And by the way, there's a lot of bad people out there too. But like I said earlier, just because there's a few bad people doesn't mean a whole group is bad. And but I think I started my conversation showing my disdain for Marvel and DC, because the couple of 1 or 2 titles that I still would pick up at my LCS, I would experience the worst buyer's remorse for that $4.99 I was spending, especially on event type books when they that you get 6 issues, and the 6th issue, they can't stick the landing.
Yes.
And I just think it's because they don't care. It's a stepping stone. It's a paycheck. And creators like Lucifer Storm or a Billy Tucci or anybody online who's creating their own books, a Mandy Summers, a Jim Ballant, anybody online who's creating their own books, John Malin, Dan Fraga, they're creating their books, and it's their books, and they care about it, and they care about the customers. So, whether they're in merry old England, or they're in the United States, or they're somewhere in Mexico, we all care about our readers, and we care about our followers and our friends. I hate the word. I think I mentioned to you when I was getting hassled by some people, the word follower is pretty much ridiculous. They should be friends. And if you're not a friend, you shouldn't be really communicating with them. And one of the things I spoke about is that, everybody should mind their own business and get along with whatever group they're talking to. And if you don't like the group, or you don't like the comic, it's like Marvel and DC. If you don't like what they're selling, don't buy them.
Exactly.
And if you don't like what Lucifer Storm makes, don't buy it. Yeah. And if you don't like what Anthony Seeker makes, still buy it, but then rip it up and burn it. or take 2-hour interviews that you did with him on YouTube where he was perfectly cordial to every single guest and chat you had and just erase them, which is what happened. So they
No.
yeah, so hey, they Gina Carano'd me. Say that?
Oh shit.
So I got canceled off of certain channels, but whatever. I mean, I just think, and I'm not mad about it by any means, because to be honest with you, I don't want to be associated with their crap. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it was real amusing because all I was doing was promoting my comic book. I wasn't on there talking about society
No.
or whether I like Star Wars or not or whatever. I was just promoting my comic book. In fact, in the middle of one of the interviews, I actually interrupted one of the people. The only time I interrupted them and said, "Are we going to talk about comic books? Because we're talking about everything but comic books." So,
Yeah.
But anyway, so you had a show tonight. You were on Midnight's Edge.
Yes, I was on Midnight's Edge After Dark. That
Nice.
was kind of like a last minute thing, but
Yeah.
I always have a good time when I'm hanging out with those guys, just like I always have a good time hanging out with yourself. And I was like,
Well,
oh
thank
no,
you.
why do these things have to clash?
Well, you know what? That's the thing. I forgot about the time thing, but from now on, I'll try and get with you on a weekend. So we're both,
Yeah, definitely.
but also, I'm gone over fully to the dark side, Lucifer. In about 2 months, instead of putting Misty America out myself, I'm going to do a little crowdfunding on the Indiegogo and
Nice.
get some shit done. So, I'm really happy about that. I'm really excited again to be in a community with folks like yourself, with Pop Culture Avenger. Pop
Yes.
Culture Avenger, by the way, says, "Have you guys read EO by Vigil?" I am not familiar with that. Do you have that?
I'm familiar with it, but I haven't read it. Once again, I was looking on eBay earlier because I haven't been on eBay for years, and I thought I'll have a little look, and I've spent
Sure.
way too much money as it is.
Yeah.
And the only copies of EO that are available here in the UK are on eBay, and they're about like $50 a pop. And it's like, oh, I want it, but do I want it that badly? I mean, my
Sure.
credit card's already crying as it
Sure.
is.
Well, yeah. Funny story. I went to buy Lucifer's book a couple last week, and my credit card was maxed out, and they wouldn't let me buy it. So, but I will. I told you, trust me, I'll make good for that.
It's all good.
And you have your 80 pounds of shipping over there.
Yeah.
And now there's something called an EU tax.
Is there?
Yeah,
it's a good thing we left the EU. That is.
But there's a new tax when you ship goods to the United Kingdom. But but that's a good thing to know. I think if there are any American people listening today, thank you, Pop Culture, for recommending that. We will both buy that on eBay as soon as I clear my credit card a little bit. But I heard something that it's okay for us if we're shipping books. But if you go to ship other things like T-shirts or anything like that, going into the United Kingdom, I think they're charging Americans some sort of tax to get it over there, some sort of tax that we pay on top of the shipping. So I heard some comic creators talking about that was a real weird situation that just hit. So that's costly, but that's the cost of doing business yourself. But anyway, so what did we learn tonight, Lucifer? We learned that Lucifer needs to pick up Gothic Knights by Tim Vigil. And he also needs to check into Jim Balance Tarot Witch of the Black Rose. Definitely. And believe me, any dollar bin you can find a shitload of Catwoman, which is really good. It's Babelicious, and it's Selena Kyle better than Selena Kyle's ever been.
Excellent.
And he gave her long hair, long curly hair, a skin tight purple outfit with absolutely no, pockets. So it's just skin tight. It's nude purple.
Yeah.
And then the third thing we learned, most importantly, is not to be mad, but be mad about comics. And the most important thing is to hit the like button.
Yes.
And subscribe to this channel if you're seeing it for the first time.
Then
even more important than that is just Google Lucifer Storm. You don't need a link. You don't need an Indiegogo page. Let me tell you something. I work in marketing all day. all you got to do is Google Lucifer Storm or Lady Satan. There is no other book title or guy named Lucifer Storm.
Exactly.
So Lucifer's website, his Indiegogo page, his Facebook page, his bank account with PIN number and everything else pulls up
Shoe size.
when you do Lucifer Storm on Google. Just Google him on the interwebs. And, just I want to end the show by saying, first, thank you very much for taking the time out. I know it's like 2 a.m. there or something stupid like that.
It's cool, man.
But I know you're working on your book, so it's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know those cigarettes give you some energy. and then also, like, you know what? Instead of, just like cartoonist kayfabe says, read even more comics and create even more comics. Oh, last question, Lucifer. Since you put up the devil horns,
Of course.
what are you listening to?
What am I listening to? I am listening to a lot of Lamb of God at the moment. I'm also listening to a lot of Gemini Syndrome. That's a cool little funky new metalish kind of band. A lot of Wage War, a lot of Pig Destroyer as well. And I'm also listening to some instrumental tracks that have been made for my forthcoming EP, The Apex Disorder.
Very nice. How will people get that? Through your website?
Yes, I've still got to go into the studio and record the vocals, so I'm still working on that at the moment. But later in the year, once the vocals are being recorded and everything's finished being mixed, it will be available on my website for free.
This weekend, Lucifer, on my YouTube channel, I have a bunch of singer-songwriter solo stuff.
Oh, cool.
But I'm going to be dropping some of my metal band stuff on there. I used to be in a metal band called Luna Dementia.
Oh, yeah.
And I was also in a metal band called Metropolis Rising. And both those bands, I was the vocalist and bass player. Yeah. And I'm going to drop some of those actually this weekend. You know what it is? Those YouTube channels, you can both look them up on YouTube, those bands. But to be honest with you, I don't know where the passwords are for the YouTube channel. So as soon as I find them, I will post the videos on my personal channel. Because since the pandemic, I haven't been playing much.
Yeah.
And the bands are kind of defunct, but there's a lot of good music. So, and also, Lucifer, we need to get together. I'll plug my bass in.
Yes.
You get a guitar, and we'll jam a little bit sometime. All right.
Oh yeah,
we'll
down for that.
A third person to play a triangle. Funny story. Because I played metal so many years, I do listen to Pantera and Slayer and Lamb of God. But I don't listen to them like I used to. Yeah. I've been listening a lot. I don't know whether it's because I draw Bad Girl comics, but I've been listening a lot to the Butcher Babies lately.
Nice.
I know that might be kind of like poppy and lame, but those girls can sure shred vocally, and they really, really, really look good. So, So if anybody's looking for some hot metal, that's legal. I don't know about that other baby band, but look up Butcher Babies.
Hell yeah.
That baby metal, that Japanese thing freaks me out when I see those. I don't know what I'm seeing. So
that's why I just listen. I don't watch it.
But no, yeah, when I see that stuff on YouTube, I change the channel real quick. But anyway, the point is, check out Lucifer Storm's music, check out my music. And check back. I'm going to try and do this regularly on a Tuesday night, and have different guests besides Lucifer on here. But again, sir, quite a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm just blessed to even be virtually talking to you. So you are an angelic creature. Fallen, yes, but still angelic.
Yes. Well, the times have changed. You don't have to sacrifice a virgin to conjure me up anymore. You just have to DM me on Twitter.
Now, what is that? What is that skeletal thing in front of you? That is from a store that sponsors you, correct?
Yes, this is from Malice Bazaar. This is a real roe deer skull and spinal column, but they don't just do taxidermy and morbid curiosities. They also do a bit of upcycling, hence why it's a lamp as well.
Oh, shit. Thank you, Pop Culture. Pop Culture Avenger
Yes.
says we had a fine stream. Just wait, Pop Culture. If I drink some more tea, I'll even have a finer stream. But with that said, I just want to say, hail Lucifer, hail YouTube, hail comic creators, and more importantly, all the readers. Thank you very much. Tune in next Tuesday. It won't be the same bat time or the same bat channel, but I'll put a notification up there. And everybody, please go on Indiegogo and buy several copies of Lucifer Storm's Lady Satan. And also, if you're interested in my book, Oh My God, my other book, Venus and Mars, and my upcoming Misty America, please DM me on all social media. Just look up Anthony Sika, you'll find me, and or Wild Mercury Comics, and DM me, and I'll hook you up with some books. Unless you're in England like Lucifer, then I'll charge you $1 million. Anyway, Lucifer, you have a good night. Hey, stay with me for a second after I end.
Yeah, we'll do.
I'll drop some more wisdom on you.
Cool.
Good night, everyone.